2023 elections, Labour Party's reactions to Peter Obi's speech at Northeast Stakeholders Meeting. So Peter Obi had a Northeast Stakeholders Meeting in Abuja, and he spoke with other contestants in that meeting without using derogatory or demeaning words on anybody. Oh, and it was well appreciated. This is fantastic. And everybody reacted positively to Peter Obi's way of speaking, choice of words, maturity, and courage, and everything about him, about humility, meekness, gentleness, and commitment, without resentment. This is a very big one. Let's see what the Labour Party has to say further in reactions to Peter Obi's interaction with other stakeholders in Abuja. The Labour Party responded to Peter Obi's speech at the Northeast Stakeholders Meeting in Abuja, the party's presidential candidate. In the meeting, Peter Obi discussed politics without using derogatory language or hating anyone. At the meeting, the Labour Party responded to his speech. The party wrote, "Listen to what Peter Obi had to say about his interactions with the other contestants." All right, about his interactions with other contestants at the Northeast Stakeholders Meeting on December 5, 2022 in Abuja. He discussed politics without resentment. Nigeria needs a president of this caliber. All right, in the Twitter Labour Party NG, he said, "Listen to what Peter Obi said at the Northeast Stakeholders Meeting in Abuja, all right, about his relationship with his fellow contestant. He spoke without politics. He spoke about politics without bitterness. This is the kind of president Nigeria needs." Wow. In his speech, Peter Obi emphasized that politics is about peace, not hatred, and it should be practiced. Politics, he said, should not be about hate, resentment, or disparaging remarks towards other candidates. It should be carried out amicably. Due to his conviction that politics is not about inciting hatred among people, but rather about peace and unity, right? You won't hear him criticizing anyone or saying anything negative about his fellow competitors. Content created, okay. So this is what he's saying. Peter Obi is actually full of content. Peter Obi is actually full of good content. All right. So what Peter Obi did here was to make sure that nobody is insulted, and that is how he has been working from beginning. Peter Obi has never used, even when he was having misunderstanding with Soludo in Anambra State. He went to, when they had an outing, I think a seminar in Lagos Business School in Lagos, he told them that Peter Obi is his senior brother, and that Soludo is his senior brother, and Soludo his brother. He cannot fight him. You see? And he ended by saying that he himself ruled Anambra as a trader. That's fine. Now Soludo is a professor. Let him rule Anambra as a professor. And that statement went viral. So Peter Obi is not known for insulting people. He's so naturally matured. He's so naturally endowed with the ability to choose words without insulting anybody. All right? He does not say anything that will hurt any other person. He's not talking. So he's not coming as an Igbo man. He's not an Igbo president. He's a Nigerian president to be. All right. So he has proven that politics is not about bitterness. It's not about hate speeches. It's not about fighting one another. It's not about hatred. But it is about unity. It is about peace. It is about love, and it is about everything good for the people that you want to rule. Okay, and this his gesture, this his personality has proven over time how humble, how meek, and how caring he is, how mature he is. All right, to lead people. He's actually a leader and not a ruler. All right, because a big difference between a leader and a ruler. All these APC, PDP people we've had in the past are all rulers. All right, they are dictators. All right, in Mufti, they are not dictators in military uniform. We had dictatorship during the military era. Now we're having dictatorship in the democratic era. Dictators wearing agbada. You understand? But Peter Obi had distanced himself, has separated himself from that character, from that characteristics. He has proven that he's not one of them that will be a dictator on Mufti. This guy is just down to earth. his choice of words, is the kind of wisdom he had. Even some people that said they are professors don't have it. All right, some of them that said they school abroad, that this, that they don't have it. Moreover, he is even an academic doctor in the first place. He's well educated, but he choose to be down to earth, to be able to reach the grassroots, to be able to reach the least in the society, and he's achieving that very well. All right, now he speaks the language, he moves in a way that is, received well by all and sundry in the country. All right. Meanwhile, the other two aspirants in PDP and APC are operating at a very high level. All right, they want to meet people at a very high level, and that is why they are missing it, because the people that will do this voting are at the grassroots level. I remember at the beginning they were blaming Peter Obi that he does not have structure. He needs to go to grassroots. He cannot just start up from that level. Okay, but unfortunately, we have seen that he has stronger roots at the grassroots than even PDP and APC. Because the people who are in the grassroots have donated themselves freely to support Labour Party, and nothing stops it. Nothing stops it. That is it. So congratulations again to the Labour Party for having this. I think it was a very great, wise decision for Labour Party to adopt Peter Obi without delay when he defected from PDP to Labour Party. They deemed that the people in Labour Party have seen the light, all right, and without delay, they received him and adopted him as their presidential candidate, and that has skyrocketed Labour Party from that day. All right, and I'm sure Peter Obi is not going to disappoint Labour Party. It's not going to disappoint the Obedient, and it's not going to disappoint Nigeria. People are happy having him on board. People are happy working for him. People are happy donating themselves to him, to support him all through this period. So, and that is why all the polls that have been conducted is also showing that Peter Obi is leading because of the way he carries himself. He's not insulting people. Look at the kind of insult coming between Atiku and Tinubu, back and forth. The insult is not here, all right? Meanwhile, Tinubu had insulted Peter Obi at several occasions, but then Peter Obi did not respond. He left it like that. People were waiting to see how Peter Obi will respond, but he never responded, all right? So even though the people at the grassroots response on his behalf, well, at this point, Peter Obi cannot even control a lot of people. He doesn't even know a lot of people supporting him. All right, so people are doing this in their own accord. The only advice we have is that people should look at the character and the personality of Peter Obi and follow that line in order not to disappoint or frustrate him in any way. But generally, Peter Obi has shown that politics is not about hatred, it's not about bitterness, it's not about fighting, it's not about doing anything that is bad, but he kept on carrying his business, in a manner that does not hurt anybody. Even when Edo State governor refused him access to OBI Stadium for his rally, he still went to that Benin, saw the governor, saw the Oba of Benin, and saw some other stakeholders in Edo State, and left without any issue. There was no fight. Okay, and people, in fact, the Benin itself was almost grounded, because when they pushed them to the street, he made the rally more successful. People now got to know that Obi was in town. So he's kind of person, he has shown that he's the kind of person that Nigeria needs at this time. And that is the comment that we all have here. Peter Obi is the kind of person that Nigeria needs at this time. Right? Someone is saying Obi is the most qualified candidate. Wow, this is a great one. Another person is saying, God bless Peter Obi and grant him victory at the majority of the polls come 2023. He is the person that will bring true change in Nigeria's political atmosphere, and not do or die political mentality that have unfolded Nigerian politicians filled with hate speeches. All right, thanks speaking in true ways of moving this country to a new level. All right, so thanks speaking in new ways and true ways that will take this country to a new level. So people are appreciating Peter Obi for his kind of person and for the way he's doing his politics and campaign, and that is the way Nigeria wants to go. So Peter Obi does not use derogatory words on anybody, and that is what Labour Party is reacting to to just for others to emulate how Peter Obi responds to questions, how he responds to issues without using derogatory words, without using hate language on anyone. And that is the way to go. And has proven that politics is not about bitterness, it's about unity, and it's about progress. So thank you for listening, and let's emulate this Peter Obi style, because that is the way Nigeria has to go.